Alright, this video is going to be very basic and it's going to be very to the point, so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to get straight into the video. Three reasons, right? Three reasons why you may not be growing. So you've been going to the gym, you're not seeing visible results. What the issue is, you're going to the gym but you're not seeing much visible results. It's been a certain amount of time and you're noticing that you're not really growing much in muscle mass. So what are the reasons this could be? Right, reason number one, and this reason doesn't apply to many people, but it does apply to a small percentage. You are overtraining. What do I mean? I mean, most people don't do this, but there are a small percentage of people who overtrain. Overtraining is when you are doing too much weightlifting, which is causing your muscle to have so much stress put on it that there's not enough time for the recovery process to happen. And when muscle can't be recovered, it's simply not going to grow, because when you're hitting the gym, you're tearing your muscle down. Therefore, when you eat, you sleep, you're recovering. But if you are training too hard and your body ain't used to it, what this is causing is the recovery action isn't fast enough to recover what's damage has been done, if that makes sense, right? So this is only to a small percentage, but it does apply to some people. You're training too hard. What's likely happened is you've been watching these bodybuilders who go hard as hell, do 50 sets a week or whatever, and you think you can do that. You can't. You're not. If you are natural, you are going to suffer if you do train way too much. Dare I say, it's better to undertrain at times than overtrain. I'm not saying undertrain, but undertraining at times can be better than overtraining. And that will make me move on to the second point. You are undertraining. The second reason you may not be growing is because you are undertraining too much. Now, I did just say it's better undertrain than overtrain. However, if you are undertraining all of the time, you are obviously not going to see results. Because in order for muscle to grow, there has to be some form of stress applied to it, right? As I've just mentioned by the law. So if you are undertraining consistently, there's not enough stimulus of stress that is happening on the muscle. Therefore, the muscle is not really being broken down so it can grow back bigger and stronger. So if you undertrain too often, you're not going to obviously grow because there's not enough stress on the muscle, not enough time under tension. And overall, you are relatively going to stay the same, right? And the third and final reason why you may not be growing, you are not eating enough food. This hits me personally. Now, I've done the other two in the past. I've overtrained, I've undertrained, but one of the big things that limited me for such a long time is I didn't eat enough food. See, I was eating a decent amount, but I wasn't eating a lot of protein, and at times I would even skip meals so I didn't feel like eating. Now, personally, I'm not a big eater, and eating a lot has always been a challenge for me, and it might be for you. However, you do have to eat in a slight surplus, especially in protein, if you do want to grow muscle. Now, this is very relative, as I've mentioned in previous videos. If you are overweight and you're trying to cut down, then obviously you need to eat in a deficit. But always, always, always keep this in mind. Eat a decent amount of protein. Eat a good amount of protein depending on your bulk or your cut. You can go and search this. If you are bulking, eat about 2.2 grams per pound of body weight or whatever. If you are cutting, then you can still eat similar amounts of protein, but this is very tailored to your need. So if you really do want to know how much you should be eating and all this, you can work this out. You can go and search it online, or I will make a video in the future explaining to you. If you would like that, you can leave it in the comments. I'll make a video explaining how to figure out your macros and calories. But just for this video, because I'm keeping it short, make sure you eat a decent amount of food. If you're trying to put on weight and muscle and you are skinny like I was, try eating in a surplus and try eating a decent amount of protein. Now, there are many other things that affect muscle growth, but the top three I've noticed is either you are overtraining, which is a small percentage, undertraining, which is a lot of people, and you are not eating enough protein, or you're not eating enough food in general, which is a decent amount of people as well, including myself. There are other limiting factors also I would like to mention, like lack of sleep. And the most important factor I would like to mention is genetics. Of course, if you are doing everything right, but your genetics are slow gainer genetics, then unfortunately, unless you take steroids, you're not going to grow as fast as other people. That's just the way genetics work, unfortunately. I am not recommending anyone to take steroids. I recommend everyone stays natural and we all do our best with what we have. Just make sure you track everything, make sure you are doing the right amount of training, you're sleeping the right amount, you're getting sun, you're eating the right amount of vitamins and protein, you're eating a good amount of food. As long as you do everything within the proportion of correction, you should be all good, right? That is it for the video. I know it was very basic and to the point, but I didn't want to waste your time. I just wanted you guys to know everything. And that's what my channel is about. I just tell you the raw facts, the raw truths. That is it. And if you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to my channel and also like the video. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you guys. See you later.